This is my moment. Whoa, I was born for greatness. Oh, a legend in the making, deep in my bones. Oh yeah, I know I am the champion. Whoa, come on, try and take it. Whoa, it all comes down to this and deep in my bones. Oh yeah, I know I am the champion. This is my moment. This is my moment. This is my moment. Whoa, I was born for greatness. Whoa, legend in the making, deep in my bones. Oh yeah, I know I am the champion. Whoa, come on, try to take it. Whoa, it all comes down to this and deep in my bones. Oh yeah, I know I am the champion. I know where I'm going. I have been chosen. I'll never be broken. I am the champion. A clashing of titans, a battle of giants. Take a moment of silence. I am the champion.
I started playing in the 6th grade. I had a school incursion kind of thing. I actually had a broken arm at the time, and they were like, "Oh, you can play lacrosse one-handed." So I picked up a stick, and they said that they'd practice Tuesday night, and if anyone wanted to rock up, they could. So I did, and then I've been playing for 12 years now or something. So ages.
I think I started playing in 2018, so I think I was 14. Yeah. And then I became a captain of under 20 national team. We went to European Championship together, and then I competed in senior European Championship, and now in July I'm waiting for World Championship. I feel honored to represent my country. This time on Polish fields, but usually on the international fields. It feels just amazing.
I think I started playing my sophomore year of high school. I think it was either the summer going into sophomore year or the fall. No, I'm lying. It was the summer. No, I'm lying. I don't know. I think sophomore year. Let's just put that.
I probably started playing lacrosse when I was, I think maybe 11 years old. I originally started playing for a men's team though, and I played for a men's league until I was a sophomore in high school. So I got interested in it initially from Teen Wolf, the show, which is very odd. But yeah, that's what got me into it, and then I had to stay with men's because there just wasn't a women's team. And there was one game that, it was in my first couple games, the coach came up to my coach afterwards and gave him a ball from the game, and it was like, "I want your number 13 to have this ball." And I took my helmet off, and they didn't know I was a girl. And they were like, "Oh, wow." I just wasn't expecting that. But they're like, "Congratulations, you played really well." So I think that was kind of an achievement for me, oh, maybe I can stick with this. But I ended up starting the girls' league for my high school my sophomore year. Yeah.
I started playing lacrosse when I was in 4th grade because my sister had started playing when she got into middle school, the fall beforehand. I started out as a defender, thought it was really, really cool. And then the following year, no one was a goalie, so they asked a few people if they wanted to be a goalie, and I kind of volunteered, and I was like, sure, I'll try it. My mom was very nervous, so I started out wearing baseball shin guards and the men's elbow pads. So not a lot of mobility there, but it is fully a mindset thing of oh, this is kind of fun.
I started playing in 2013, so I was about 9 years old. So my older brother played lacrosse, so I was kind of like his dummy defender for a while. And then we didn't have like a women's team yet, so I kind of just like was playing with a men's stick and everything. And then I ordered a women's stick, and I just kind of got into it from there.
I think what made me love lacrosse was probably a video on Instagram, like a reel about, I think it was like UNC, like D1. I don't know, it was just the coolest goal I've ever seen. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. And so I told my mom, and she was like, okay. And she like got me a spot on like the club team, like down the street. And she dropped me off, and I was crying. I was like, why are you taking me here? And she's like, go do it. I paid for it, and you said you wanted to do it. And I was like, okay. And I cried, but then I liked it. And that's it. That was literally it. And then I just stayed with it. It was fun.
I just like love team sports in the sense that like everything that happens with like 12 other girls. And even if you lose a game and like you may have messed up yourself, like it's on the whole team to kind of like move on and pick it up together.
I really fell in love with lacrosse because it's really not popular in Poland, and you can grow the sport. And also there's like big chance that you will get to national team because we don't have enough players. And also I feel like lacrosse gave me the opportunity to start a job because I really want to start coaching at home. And also I definitely want to go to like camps and teach kids who don't know what is lacrosse, like just introduce them to the sport.
Definitely lacrosse has been like a lifeline to me, honestly. Like lacrosse has been there with me through the lowest of low and the highest of high, and just like it's been such a consistent thing in my life that I was like, I can't stop playing something that is so consistent for me.
I think it was the feeling of like, oh, I like have a set job, and like feeling like super needed and loved. It just made me feel a little more like proud and like have more self-pride to like do my job well so that it helps benefit my team.
Lacrosse is just an outlet for me. I tried to find the fun the most in lacrosse. Academically, it can be hard to find the fun. So I think going into lacrosse and just knowing it's my safe space and my outlet.
College lacrosse has just taught me to be a better person. I think just like also like growing up has taught me a lot of lessons. I think like Coach Jenna, like the way she like created the program just made me grow up a little faster. And then also she always talks about like collegiate athletes like coming out of college are always like the better adults. I just think it's funny and I like it. I think I got a family out of lacrosse, which I think that's probably the sentimental part, is the people.
Something I've learned from the coaches, this sounds kind of harsh, but there's like this running joke that nobody cares about you in the real world, and like you have complete control over your own destiny. And like when you get out in the real world, there's not people telling you to get on the line or like telling you what to wear every day and getting you up for 6 a.m. lift. And just like this 4 years is so, you have so many people to support you. When you get out in the real world, it's not like that, but there's so many things you can learn from being that person that has to get up for 6 a.m. lift or whatever it is, and just translating that out into how to be a very good person and like well functioning, and you just like got it together, but then also helping other people as well. So yeah, I guess that's sort of lacrosse related.
The last few years have definitely been a lot, but definitely very rewarding. I feel like I've grown so much as a person with lacrosse and outside of lacrosse, and I think lacrosse pushed me to have to grow up in a way, just because of how many things that have happened like during college and just the time in between like seasons and stuff like that. I think I've just grown a lot, and that's what's meant the most.
I learned a lot of discipline because being in the team, you have a lot of time slots. You have to be early for everything. You have to be responsible for yourself and for everyone else. So I think discipline, and I think I learned from coaches to be tougher. And I don't know why I'm tougher, actually.
Yeah, lacrosse probably got me through being away from home my freshman year the most. I am about 6 hours away from Indiana, so it's not the furthest way you could be, but it definitely was an adjustment from living home with my parents. But one of the main things the coaches taught me, and I think Coach Jenna has said this word for word to me, but life doesn't get easier, you just get better at handling it. And obviously that's true in the lacrosse setting. Like, conditioning's not going to get easier, you just get better endurance.
It's been a family of different sorts. Like, all of my different teams, all of the different like combinations of people, and all of the people I've gotten to meet because of lacrosse, I think is just so rewarding because it like changes you as a person. It changes like how you view things and like how you react to things. Especially like with our coaches here, they've taught us like just not how to be a better player, but like a very good person, and like how to react to things without like looking bad or like viewing it as something negative.
I found Tusculum through my home club team, actually. So I played for a team called Indy United, which is based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And my coach was a college lacrosse player over at LMU. And she had mentioned to me while I was in the recruiting process that there was a school near her called Tusculum. And it sounded just like it would be a good fit for me, small town, kind of what I was looking for. And Coach Jenna had actually worked at Indy United because she used to live in Indiana. So she had connections with like all the people I was working with in the lacrosse world. And so I was able to get introduced to her. Then I came down for a couple of visits and it just kind of felt right. I never really questioned about coming here or going anywhere else. The recruiting process for me was like really limited. Like, yeah, I did the email aspect and I followed people on Instagram, but as soon as I found Tusculum, I wasn't really interested in doing anything else. I just kind of knew.
So during my recruiting process, I had an Excel spreadsheet and I had the school name, like the division, the conference they were in, if they had, at the time the major I wanted to go into was nursing, if they had nursing, and then I had like contact info on the spreadsheet. So Tusculum just was on my radar because they had nursing and I've always wanted to be in Tennessee. So it was kind of just like the perfect matchup, and I had some phone calls with Coach Jenna. I saw her at some tournaments where she watched me and I just kind of was like, this is my place. I remember my first like trip down here. I drove past a tractor and I was like, this is exactly where I want to be. Like, I knew it from that moment on. I was like, this is where I meant to be.
Yeah, I chose TU only really because I had a connection here. Obviously, like growing up surrounded by lacrosse players, I knew that going to college was a possibility, but it was never something I considered. I sort of, once I graduated high school, I really wanted to just get a job and kind of see how that went. I actually started going to university in Australia, and I was there for like 5 weeks, and I hated it. I was miserable. I was doing way too many classes, and it was just like not my vibe at all. And so I dropped out and then took a gap year, and then pretty much halfway through the gap year, realized that I didn't have much direction, and Lucinda Brewer, who was a player here, and then I played with her at home and then was also a GA here, she reached out and was like, hey, coach wants some more players and like has some scholarship money, are you interested? She literally was like, I know you're not doing anything, so if you want to come play at college, you can. And then I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then I ghosted Coach Jenna for a year. And then once that year was up, I was like, okay, I really should make a decision about what to do. And then within about 3 months, I had my visa, I had flights, and I was coming over. It was like a very rushed decision by the end of it.
So I found out about Tusculum by attending a showcase, and I just happened to get paired with the previous Tusculum coaches as my coaches for our scrimmage, and I got to talking with them like while they were warming me up about like where they coached at and what the school was. So I kept in touch with them for a little bit, and then I came up here and toured the campus. I thought was beautiful. The mountains, of course, being able to see them all day, every day. I just really fell in love with the community and the team dynamic that they had created. And I was like, dang, I could fit in with these girls, and I would really enjoy myself.
I was the first ever like Polish player in history to sign the contract to come to US. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I feel like it was a big step. Like, everyone was talking about that at home. And I just feel like I made history. Like, I was the first one. So that's exciting. So it was really nice when, like, I went for winter break and my friends, like, see me first practice. They came and I see all of them wearing Tusculum gear and they're, like, just, like, excited to see me. And I was excited to see them wearing stuff that I brought them from here. It was just exciting. Everyone was so supportive.
I had a friend in high school who she played on the women's lacrosse team here, and that was the time where I was like, oh my god, where should I go? Where should I go? She was a really good person too. And she was like, oh, go to Tusculum. And that's how it happened.
For someone just coming in, I would want to say, enjoy it, embrace everything, whether you like it or not, honestly. Because if you embrace it and take it in a way that could be changed into something positive, it will change you and it will help you grow as a person.
I guess my favorite piece of advice I like to give people is just learn how to balance. I think a lot of people get caught up in the aspect of, I have to be doing this time lacrosse, I have to go to class at this time, and then they don't leave any time for them to do things that they enjoy outside of lacrosse in school.
It's supposed to be hard, and there is a difference between this isn't for me and, oh, I'm just being challenged. Everyone who does college lacrosse is going to feel like quitting at some point. Like, senior year is the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And getting to that point, no matter kind of what that looks like as your role on the team, is huge. Like, it is the best.
I don't know, just to be proud to represent your number. This is going to get hard. This is going to be really hard, but it's really rewarding. Like, being in a team, having support, and like, having a new family, it's, like, really worth it.
Coming to practice every day and not like knowing what to expect, and then being at the end of practice, be like, okay, I could get through that practice. Like, if I can get through this, I can get through a lot of things. So just like kind of reminding myself throughout like all the seasons and everything that, yes, it may suck in the moment, but once it's done, it's so rewarding.
Embrace whatever role you do have, I think, as well. So, like, if you're wanting to play a lot of games, there's going to be times where you start, and there's going to be times where you play 60 minutes, and then there's going to be times where you ride the bench. But every single person, like, we have a group of 30 girls for a reason. The people who are cheering on the bench are as important as the people, like, scoring a goal on the field or making a big save. And just really figuring out what your role is on a team.
My role on the team's been different. Like, sometimes I'm on the bench more than I am on the field, and like I do adjust to it. But I take pride being on the bench and being the loudest person. Like, we would be yelling, and then there'd be two people down from us, and I'm like, come on, like, get with the program.
A highlight probably would be, and I don't know if Celeste is gonna let me saying this, but it was my sophomore, junior year. She went down to do like some sort of reenactment of a famous person and just totally tore her groin and her hamstring, like completely messed it up. And we were all laughing in the moment because she didn't know she had actually done something. She was like, oh, I pulled a muscle slightly, but she fully pulled it. And we have a video of it. And I think just looking back on that, it was so funny. And that was one of the moments where it was like, we could all giggle about it. And it's like, yeah, we do get hurt, but you get over it because you get a little laugh in between.
I think my favorite moment has definitely been at TU. It was my freshman year, and Coach Zoe had pulled me aside, and she told me I was starting. It was my first start freshman year, and I was just so excited to be starting, not just only on the field, but like to start as a freshman just meant a lot to me. It's like one of the happiest moments. I feel like you just feel like completely invincible, like nothing can hurt you. And it's just like a really big adrenaline rush up until like the first whistle. So just kind of given the opportunity to represent, you know, my family and stuff like that on the field, a part of Tusculum, was probably one of my favorite memories.
We had a teammate hoard a man in her room for multiple weeks, and it was kind of one of those moments that was like so shocking, and it felt so like, I don't know, it was just like an invasion of privacy on the team. But then everyone was really good about it, like moved on. They were like, yep, this is exactly like what we're gonna do. And it like weirdly brought us all much closer together. and I don't know if like we started playing better lacrosse after that, but like as a team, it really gelled us for a bit.
I feel like the best memory, I have two. I have one on and off the field. So the on the field was definitely the one when I broke my thumb and I couldn't play anymore, but coaches let me play on senior night and I scored a goal and everyone was so hyped. Like whole bench was flying and people on the field were so exciting, and it was just like, I think that was the best way to finish my senior year when I knew that I'm injured and I can't play anymore. That one last goal, like, I think it was really good way to finish the season. And my off the field memory is probably when we had fish funeral in my apartment. I was laying in my bed and then I hear really, really loud music outside of my apartment. And I ran out of my room. Haley also is like in shock, what is going on? We went to open the door and a lot of freshmen were playing funeral songs and they just wanted to flash their fish in our toilet. We let them do it and it was really stinky. We really regretted that.
Coach Zoe, our pep talks before the games, where you grab my helmet and shake my head around, was really fun and memorable.
Okay, to the person that I'm gonna miss the most. I mean, whoops. You have got me through so much here, and like, I probably wouldn't be on this team still if it wasn't for you. And you definitely know who you are. But yeah, just do great things. I know you have like great plans and such an awesome family and such good support system. Just keep striving for as much as you can. Get another wiener dog, obviously. And thank you for our friendship. And come run a marathon with me in Australia in like a year.
Okay, well, just to start it off, I think that I've definitely been through hard times while I've been in college, and that can be in the lacrosse setting or just outside of it in general, dealing with family stuff. But it always helped to know that I could go right next door and knock on a door and have a safe space. I've lived in the same room for 3 years and had the same roommates for the most part all 3 of those years as well. And there's nothing like the bond that I've created with them. And it's gonna be really weird not being able to go and knock on someone's door that's right there and just have that unconditional love.
To my favorite people, I really want to thank y'all for making my experience here at Tusculum amazing. I have really enjoyed all the memories we've made. I feel really grateful. But I like give a lot of credit to my past coaches and especially my parents for like instilling in me like the motivation and the discipline to stay with such like a progressive program.
I think Brie was like just one of the first friends I made like kind of instantly a little bit. She's just so easy to talk to, and then I don't know, she kind of like reminded me of myself a little bit. I kind of like saw myself in her, and she just kind of like reminded me to like, I don't know, just always be a good person, like always be kind, because she does that every day. She could be in like the worst mood, but she will like somehow always have a smile on her face or make you smile. So I'd probably tell her to keep doing that, and then put yourself first, care about yourself. She might be younger than me, but when I grow up, I want to be like Brie. Yeah, she's awesome. I don't know. She's just awesome. I've never like met someone like just so caring. She cares so much about everyone and everything.
Definitely our playoff game against Anderson. I just read a pass really well and I intercepted it and cleared it down to the other side of the field. That was just a really rewarding moment, and just hearing like my teammates on the sideline cheering for me as I'm running down. It felt like time had like sped up really, really fast. Like the last probably like 7 minutes, it truly felt like it was maybe a minute. Like, looking back at the shot clock probably every 30 seconds, like, these are my last 7 minutes on this field wearing this jersey with these people. It felt like everything, like, just coming down at once, like everything just like hitting your shoulders all at once. It's like, holy crap, like, this is it. And I think discussing it with like all the other seniors, like, we all knew we had the same goal at the end of the day, and we knew that the rest of our teammates also had the same goal. So I was just really hoping that we were going back out, just because I was like, I have more to give. I have more to give to my teammates, the coaches, and the program. It was kind of like a, oh shit, like, this is it. Like, it's coming down to the final minutes now. Empty the tank, leave everything on the field that I've ever wanted to leave, lay it all down and lay it all out.
Whew, that playoffs, that Anderson game, something about that Anderson field kills me. And the last game, when we got called in for the rain delay or the lightning delay, and we hadn't scored yet, and it was 16-0, I think, and we hadn't scored, walking down those stairs and just realizing, like, my last game here, we've been shut out, was devastating. It was the most I've ever cried after a game. And then we all went into the locker room, miserable, and the coaches pulled the seniors out, and they were like, we can either call it now, or we can, like, go out and give them the 9 minutes that we have left. And I'm bawling my eyes out at this point. We should put it to a vote, but I think we should play it. I've never gone scoreless here. I don't think we should do it now. And walking into that locker room, the whole team just looked at us and, like, looked at the seniors in particular, and we're just like, no, we're doing it for them. Like, we will wait 3 hours if it means we get to play these 9 minutes and we score on the Trojans. And we did. Shout out Vaughn, thank you. And it was not the way I wanted to go out for that season, but even the last 9 minutes that we played was like a legacy that I'm proud to have left now. Like, people went out with some heart, and people went out being like, we'll do it for our seniors, like, we're not gonna win this game, but we, like, can give 9 minutes, and we did.
It being my last game, I just felt like I had to give everything. I even told Jesse and, like, the seniors before, I was like, I will finally pull and tear my hamstring for this game, because I've pulled it like 10 times before already. But I was like, I will tear it for this game. And then when they said that it was lightning in the area, oh my God. I was crying so hard, because I knew that the coaches pulled all the seniors inside. And they were like, okay, we either leave or you finish the game and keep waiting the 30-30s. I broke down, but I think that was like me realizing, like, okay, I have love for lacrosse. Like, I do want to finish it out. I remember exactly, it was 9 minutes and 18 seconds left, and I was like, I'm gonna go finish that. I guess that was like kind of like, it was a good ending, because I think I needed that, like, that moment of like, I do love this and I do want to finish this. Whether it's bad ending, good ending, whether it's we lost so bad or we won, I just wanted to finish it.
Going into our last game, I was so excited because it was the first time we've made playoffs since 2018, and I was happy to be a part of that team that, like, got there. The first quarter, I was super pumped because before the first 2 shots even got to me, it hit 2 of the defender's sticks twice, and I was like, oh my God, we're in this for the long haul. As the game kept progressing, I was so proud of how our defense played and how everyone, like, buckled down to, like, try and make things work out. And especially when we got our thunder delay, we had asked the girls if they wanted to keep playing for the rest of the 9 minutes and wait out the weather. And I was just very grateful, because we put it to a vote, that all of the girls said yes and they wanted to keep playing for us. Those last 9 minutes were awesome, because Anderson never scored again, and we scored our one and only goal. But I think everyone was just so excited that it was those last 9 minutes with us as seniors. So everyone gave it all they had, and it was awesome.
Making it to playoffs for the first time since 2018 was honestly very surreal. Obviously, we hadn't made it in 3 years I was here, but there wasn't the confidence and like the want to go to playoffs in any of the other years I was here. Everybody was kind of just content with playing our season games, but there was something about this season that everybody was just like fired up. They were ready to go. There was something worth it for us, and we made it. And then when we were there, I remember the warm-up lap. I was behind Jesse, and I kind of just like looked into the stands and around the field and realized, I was like, I feel like I'm in a dream. I was like, I kind of feel like I'm floating. I don't know what's happening. It didn't really feel real. I think knowing that it had the chance to be my last game was really scary as well. But just taking it all in, like I can remember how it felt, like the weather-wise, just like I can literally completely envision the stands. So just taking that back with me, I think is gonna be a really good memory. And then the game itself, I mean, it was rough, but you're gonna have rough games. Anderson outplayed us, and that happens, and that's okay. We were pretty beat up, me especially. I have been playing on a torn labrum my whole season, so that doesn't make it easy. But I think it just goes to show how much I care because I was able to play through that. And it makes me appreciate the fact that my body was able to, stay up until that point. Walking down the stairs to the locker room that day, I think after the lightning hit, I had this realization that there was a chance that we would call the game. And coming off the field, when you watch the clock start to count down, you can tell a difference. Like, you really get to see, oh, this is my last 30 seconds of the game of playing the sport that I love. But just out of nowhere, they're being lightning and they're whistling it, calling it. We didn't know if it was a foul. I had no idea that there was even lightning. And so coming down the stairs and not knowing whether coaches were going to call it or give us the option to was really scary. And then when coaches did call the seniors to come out for us to make that decision, it all kind of hit us. We just looked around and we knew that this was going to be a big choice and we were going to leave it up to the team. And yeah, we wanted to play those last 9 minutes or whatever it was, but we all looked at each other and you could just tell we had the same look in our eyes, the same thought on our mind. We did not want to end all of the years of hard work and sweat and tears with a shutout. We had never been shut out before. The whole time I've been here, that's just never happened. Even playing teams like Wingate, we put up goals because you had nothing to lose. And so I think going into it with that attitude, and we said that to the team when we went back in, we're like, this is it for us. We have nothing to lose at this point. I was like, so let's do something cool. Let's get a goal in. I don't care how it gets in. I don't care who scores it. And we went out there and we did that. And that's what really mattered.
I don't think this is the end of my lacrosse career. I have like a very, very solid lacrosse team back home, which I know I'll eventually get back into. I think I'm going to take a little bit of time off from it. But I love reffing and I love coaching as well. And I worked with an under 12s team and an under 17s team while I was home last time, and I loved it. I think I have the potential to be a really good coach. So like working with mentors there and kind of keeping up with that, I think is where lacrosse will look for the next couple of years.
Maybe as an athlete, I think my cleats are going to be put up. I think I have stepped into kind of a role with like youth lacrosse. I've been helping with Greenville Lacrosse Club, just kind of trying to grow girls lacrosse down here in the South. In North Carolina, it's really dissolving, and I just kind of want to make it not dissolve in Tennessee. So I think lacrosse-wise, it's just going into more coaching and really trying to grow it for the youth girls.
I'm excited to move on and new chapter of life. Finally be in the workforce again. To actually get a job, big girl job. I think it's sad. Like, I won't get to meet more people out of this. I think every year I've met people that I love. I think that was probably a highlight of this year. But I'm grateful to have learned all that I did.
For me, this is not the end of lacrosse. It's the end of playing lacrosse, sort of. There are adult leagues in Georgia that I'll probably utilize, but I think the next step for me is going to work with one of my sister's friends at Crease Lacrosse Academy in Georgia and being a goalie coach over there.
Definitely not. I'm not finishing after Tusculum. I want to teach what I've learned here at home. I'm definitely going to play for the World Championship, but also for my club team. I'm also going to try out for the sixes team, the Olympic version. So we'll see what is going to happen after that, but I'm definitely not done yet. I left some stuff with my thumb. I have to finish my job.
Hi, coaches.
Hi, coaches.
Hi, coaches.
Hi, coaches.
Hi, coaches.
Hi, coaches.
I know I've said it a million times, but I do want to thank you
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
for everything that you've put into this program.
You never gave up on us.
for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this team.
For all the times that you've allowed me to cry on your shoulder, whether it was a good, bad, or sad day, everything in between.
For believing in me and taking in me and Emily.
The probably 50 girls that I've worked with here have been changed by you in some way, shape, or form, and all for the better.
I think that you've really made a difference on me and taught me how to overcome the obstacles in my life, and I will cherish that forever.
When I don't have family here, my coaches were my family. Coach Zoe hosted a Thanksgiving dinner.
Thank you for always caring and putting all of us first.
You'll do it not for the money, so for the love of the game and for the love of us, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
I also wanted to share a memory, our game against Limestone. That was the game where I made 22 saves and broke the school record. And I remember going up to both of y'all saying how proud of me y'all were, and really pushed me into the rest of my sophomore year and into my junior year. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank y'all for everything that y'all have done.
Thank you, coaches.
Bye, coaches.
Bye, coaches.
Bye, coaches.
Bye, coaches.
Bye, coaches.
Yay.